Hey, good day there. Nice to see you. I'm glad you came back. Today is an indoor recess day. That means that there's a snowstorm on the go out there, so nobody wants to go anywhere, at least not me. And it's a great day for staying in and knitting. So I'm going to share in this video a technique on turning thumbs when you're doing mittens. Personally, I found it frustrating, but I've got it down to a neat little order that just actually makes it a little bit more enjoyable. So stay tuned. If you enjoy it, let me know. Comment, thumbs up, but mostly comment. I like to hear from you, okay? Let me know if you try it. What I've found when knitting thumbs is that you're working with maybe 10, 12, 15 stitches using double pointed needles. I don't know any other way to do it other than the double pointed needles. And when you're lifting up your work, it tends to move around and get a bit cumbersome. The double pointed needles are getting in the way. The mitten is bunching up under you, or it's just floating there, and it's just hard to get it all organized. So the way I organize this is I set the mitten on my lap, and then I have my double pointed needles there, of course, and the needle that I'm working on is the stitches that I'm working on is the needle that's laying on the top. I'll just show that in a second. So I get my needles, my mitten in position. I get that working needle on top so that there's no ladder on the corner. Yes, you can even have ladders in your thumbs. And I just work away. Oh, little mistake there. Susan, you'll have to catch that on the next round. Oh well, nothing is perfect in knitting. Anyway, so I knit the stitches on the particular double point needle, and then keeping it on my lap, I just give it a turn for the next set, and I work those. Get the needles into position, get the wool in the right direction, put your needle through, make sure it's on top, and knit your stitches. And you do, for let's say a kid's mitten, maybe 10 rounds. For an adult, it might be a little bit more. Well, it probably is more. But one way to judge it is either to put your own hand in the mitten or to measure the thumb if the person's around, or just simply follow the pattern. The pattern will tell you a general size of rows to knit so that this thumb will fit over whoever the intended person is for the mitten. And so that's what I do. I finish the row, and then I turn it to the next set. Come on, let's turn it. Oh no, we're gonna, sorry, I videotaped this and now I'm talking about it. Anyway, that's one way to try it out. Just put your hand in there and see how far you have to go. I've used different patterns to knit up these mittens, trying out different ways of positioning a thumb. This particular sheep pattern had you put 10 stitches on a scrap yarn, and then you go back and you pick it up and you remove the scrap yarn and you continue on knitting up the thumb. And that's how I did this green one as well. I don't particularly like that method. I like one where you knit a gusset, whereas there's a slight widening for the position of the thumb. And some of these mittens are fingerless mittens. I like them because you don't have to close up the thumb and the top of the mitten. However, if you want something that's complete and going to completely cover your hand, then you want to close up. Either way, whether it's fingerless or a closed thumb and closed top mitten, you still have to knit that thumb. So I hope you find this method to be something that offers a bit of comfort, ease, and I personally now actually look forward to knitting thumbs because it's less cumbersome. And let's face it, it is only about 10 to 15 little rounds and then you're done. It's great. Happy knitting.